Good afternoon. In today's video, I'll be working on my 2013 Ford Focus. I guess it's the same model from 2012 to 2018. And what I'll be doing is replacing the front bumper cover. Anyways, I clipped a deer one morning when it was cold and pretty much shattered the bumper cover. I've also wrecked the front or the passenger side inner wheel well. And I'm also missing the valance under here. So anyways, I got a new bumper cover. Well, not a new one. It's from a junkyard. I got a bumper cover. And then I've also gotten the inner fender and the under splash shield. So I'm going to be replacing all three of these today. So I think the first thing I'm going to have to do is to get the car jacked up and then remove the passenger tire. And then I'll go from there. All right, the car is jacked up and on stands. I've got the my passenger front tire off where I'll be working. The first thing I need to do to get the bumper cover off is to take the headlights out because there's a clip underneath here. I think there's a way I can kind of work under here to wiggle it out, but I'm just going to go ahead and take the headlight assembly out on both sides. If you've seen my other video of replacing the light bulbs, the headlights are held in by a T30 screw, one here and one here, and then they just lift out. So what I'm going to do is take these out for both sides, and I'm also going to go ahead and take out the T30 screw for the bumper cover, which I've got one right here beside the headlight screw on this side, and then on the other side is the same thing. So I'm just going to, use this thing for that. Oops, hope if that didn't move. There we go. Oh, there we go. One out. There. Just as easy as that. There, to get the headlights out, you just kind of lift up on the back from this corner, and then they just kind of wiggle out in the front. Let's see if I can get this one out easy. There we go. Should stand back. Okay, there it comes out. And then there's the connector here. I don't know if I'm going to bother. Actually, maybe I'll take this one out. So you just kind of push in on this and press these in, and this should come out. Anyways, I'll go and do that. If you look down here, you can see where this thing is. There we go. You have to push that and lift this up to get the bumper cover out. But anyways, once I get my both headlights out, then I'll go and do that. Now the next thing we need to do is to remove the cable for the hood release. Once this is removed, you got to make sure you don't close your hood, otherwise it won't get opened. Which is why I put my my headlights up here, just as a reminder, and not because I'm lazy, honestly. Okay, that just unsnaps from there. And I think I need a screwdriver to wiggle this part out. I'm just going to grab that. That should come out. And then I guess the next thing we need to do would be to remove, there's 4 of these clips. I've got a special tool for that, which I'll show you in a moment here. We'll go from there. All right, I'm just going to see if I can pry this out here. You can watch the other videos and see how everyone else did it. Anyways, that should come out. I have to be a little careful working in the cold because this plastic gets pretty brittle. Yeah, I end up breaking quite a few of these on the parts cars that I was getting parts from. So yeah, that's why I got one of these to work on. Makes it a lot easier. There, I managed to pry this thing out. Now that that's out, it's just a matter of twisting this around. Oh, that's not going to work. And pulling it out, and then just tuck it under there, like that. Now that's free. Yeah, while I was at it, I managed to pull out 3 of these clips, anyways, they look like this. I think if you break them, you can buy them off of Amazon. I bought a bunch from, let's see, which case did I get? I think I got them over here. Yeah, I got them from Dorman. I don't know if I have the exact one that I need, because mine looks a little different than what they show on here, but I think it might be close to this one. But anyways, it's probably not a good idea to wreck too many of these. We'll do a close-up of this one. Now what I noticed is that, I don't know if you can see there, but there's a little slot that you can get your screwdriver into, and then you just kind of wiggle them up. And once you got that loosened, or the top, the cap, then you can get underneath with one of these tools and pop it the rest of the way up. And once it's pulled out like this, then you can just get under here and get the rest of it out, and they come out pretty easily. But anyways, I got this one, and then I've got, yeah, you can see down there, I've got one in this corner. There should be also a screw somewhere here, but I think because my inner fenders are kind of chewed up on either side, I don't have those, but yours might. But anyways, I'm going to get these ones off, and then the whole thing should basically just pretty much pull forward. There, in your wheel well, don't forget the two T30 Torx screws. There'll be one here on the top, one here on the bottom. On this driver's side, I had one left, but the bottom one was gone. But anyways, I've taken this out. Yeah, I've gone ahead and pulled on this side. I guess you just grab the top and bottom and wiggle this off. And once that's done, then you just kind of pry up on this, and this should come out. But before I do that, I'll my fog lights, the connector for that is here. I'm going to see if I can disconnect that while this is still on instead of on the floor. On this other side, I had a bit of a problem trying to wiggle this out. Most other videos just, I think, showed that it can come out, but I did find one guy that took this piece off. Anyways, this came off with, there's two 10 millimeter bolts or screws in there, just in these pockets. I've just loosened those off, and then I was able to wiggle this off. So once you do that, then this thing should come off pretty easily, but I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can get this thing disconnected. I'll turn off the camera for that. I don't know if you want to watch me messing around with that. Okay, now I got the bumper cover off. Yeah, to get this clip off, what you need to do is you just push down right here where you see my thumb is, and that just lifts. There you go. I don't know if you can see that if it's blurry, but yeah, you can. It just lifts that off, and then it just pulls off of this little bump right here. Anyways, looking at my bumper covers, I noticed that these things are broken off my my replacement one. Anyways, I found this at the pick-apart. It had already been pulled off the car. I think someone had taken it off to get to something underneath, and they weren't very gentle about it, because they've broken these off, and also in here, that's broken off as well. So what I'm going to have to do is take off the inner reinforcement off of this and put it on the new one. I guess the first thing to do that would be to go around and disconnect all this wiring, take off all the wiring off of both of those, so that I can then take the reinforcement out. One thing I should add about this tool is it comes in handy in taking off these clips here for this insulation, because one thing that I did wreck hitting the deer was my my hose. This was snapped. I put some heat shrink tape on it for temporarily, but anyways, now I got a proper hose on here. Yeah, it's good for taking these clips off. But anyways, I won't get too much involved in that. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can use this here tool to take my wiring off and see how that goes. There, I've got this reinforcement piece all disconnected and taken off. There, it looks like that. side to side. Anyways, I did break off a few of these little clips off my bumper cover, which is fine because this one's going to be junked, but I think for my other one I'll have to be a little bit more careful. Also for my wiring harness, I broke off those pieces. So what I think I'll have to do on the other one, since I want to use the other wiring harness, is to, this one, let's see, which end is it? Yeah, this one got damaged after hitting the deer. You can kind of see close up. It's kind of chewed up. So I'll have to use the wiring harness from the other one. So what I think I'm going to do is take off the reinforcement from the other one and then take the wiring harness by kind of pushing on the back so I don't break these off. It might break because it's kind of cold in here. They might be a little brittle, but I'll see how that goes now that I've got this piece all out. There we go. There, I got my my other bumper cover reinforcement taken out. I had to get a little extreme and use my grinder to cut some of these away here, just so that I wouldn't be breaking the bumper cover. But I guess the next thing I need to do is see if I can disconnect all the wiring harness off of this one, then take it out. I think what I'll do first is maybe take my heat gun and just warm this up a little bit, just so it's not as quite as fragile in the cold, and we'll see how that works. Then I can get this bumper cover swapped out and my wiring connected to it. I guess I'm up to about 20 videos in my 20 clips on my video, so I'm going to have to stop this here and with the part 1 and then continue with part 2. Alright, so continue on with part 2, I guess.